Okay, let's see if I remember how we are supposed to do this. Welcome to another live cast here with me, Bo, a live stream, and I'm just making sure that everything's muted. And today, I think I actually can ask if everything is coming through nicely because I'm actually using my iMac for the first time live streaming. It's on the Wi-Fi. I'm not sure if this will work, but let's see. I see some people are here already, and I got my little sip of the coffee here. Mm-mm-mm. It's hot. So let me know how it sounds, and if you're watching this after it aired live, just know that this will be a 1 hour, 1.5 hour live stream. I'll be answering some questions. I'll be talking about upcoming stuff, and yeah, generally just chilling and having a good time. So I can see that John is here. He says everything seems to be working. That's awesome. Elliot says I missed these live streams. I missed you too, Elliot. I missed everybody. Yeah, so I haven't been. This is truly a rare live stream for me because it's been, I don't know, it's been since early summer that I live streamed, I think. And to be honest, I felt a little bit exhausted doing the live streams together with the regular content and the interviews, and I just needed a little bit of a break, kind of recuperating and thinking about what I wanted to do. So I'm still not too sure what I want to do live, but yeah, the idea is to at least have coffee streams, hanging out, talking, just connecting, because I enjoy that a lot. Cuckoo, good seeing you, mate. I miss you. Me and Cuckoo, we had a great time in London. I mean, I can speak at least for myself. It was a treat meeting with Cuckoo and Div Kid and Loop Pop or Loop Poop. I know, it sounds funny when I say Loop Poop. It's just Loop Poop. It sounds funny to my ears anyway, so I just went with it. Yeah, and Rachel Collier as well. If you haven't checked that video, it's on the channel as well. You can go and check my little vlog from London. So I have a little AeroPress coffee here. Is anybody drinking coffee this afternoon as well? So let's see who is else here. Mark is here. Luca is here as well. Giddy is here as well. Banning is here. Philip, Sphera or George. Vivendo, Hats, Ethan. Good seeing you, mate. Just sipped my coffee for you, sir. Well, thank you, Ethan. I'm sipping my coffee for you too. I'm just gonna make sure that I don't put the coffee cup on my small SD cards. Let's see here. Yeah, Resanimate is here as well. Richard Alpin, good seeing you, Richard. Richard was super kind when I went to London. He and Gaz Williams met me at Heathrow. I came there, super confused Swede. I hadn't been traveling for about, I think, 9 years, 8 years, I don't know, 10 years. I'm not too sure. So I was a little, I got into the groove pretty quickly with the whole travel thing, because when I was a kid, I used to travel a lot because my mom and daddy lived on far away from each other in Sweden. And yeah, and I traveled abroad a bit when I was younger as well. But yeah, I was super confused anyway, just coming out of the gate, sort of. And Gaz and Richard had arranged it, so that was super. So thank you so much, Richard, for that as well. I think it really helped with the trip. So yeah, I'm streaming from the iMac today. I think I want to try and use the iMac more. So it's the first time I'm using an SM58 mic as well for this. Let's see. I'm just gonna close down some stuff. I see some questions here that I want to get to as well. Just scroll here and make sure. Just want to make sure as well that I don't have any dropped frames. Okay, yeah. I have some dropped frames, so it's because I'm on the Wi-Fi, and if it doesn't work, I'll probably just run a cable to the iMac for future streams, but yeah, it should be good. So Luca asks, are you gonna do a peak video? Kind of want to get one. So the Novation Peak is sitting over there. It's kind of hard to show you. Let me see if I can. Do I dare turn it a bit? You can see it there. And yeah, I'll definitely, I'm just turning the screen slowly so I don't pull any cables. I'll definitely do some videos with the Peak. At the moment, I'm learning it and I'm going to make patches for Innovation. That is why I got it, because they wanted me to make some patches, and I'm not sure if they're going to be free or for some patch selling service. I'm not sure how they will use them. I haven't heard anything about it. I assume it's kind of for free, something they're giving away to users. But yeah, so I'm making a big patch collection. So I'm just kind of learning it at the moment. But yeah, definitely gonna do a video or two on it as well. Boombap Art, good seeing you, mate. Boombap Art is also a YouTuber, has a very nice little beat channel. So if you guys like, yeah, I'd say hip hop beats and stuff like that, with Machina, and I think you do vinyl sampling as well, scratching, if I'm not mistaken. Boombap Art is a good place to go. Sonic Neutronic is here as well. He says, drinking teas in Canada in the morning. I don't do tea, you know. No. I'm not from England. So let's see here. Ben Mast is here as well. Hi, Bo. Good to see you live. Well, thank you. Good to be here. Deadman Walking says Irish coffee. Yeah, that's a good way to start the day. So let's see if there's any other questions here. Giddy Gavin says your videos convinced me to buy the circuit, and it's brilliant. Well, thank you. Or yeah, if you like the circuit, I guess that's awesome. I've had fun with it. Not using the circuits as much these days, but of course I don't have time for all the equipment I have. So Cuckoo Music says, lol, I can be your tea guy then. Yeah, I had a kind of the sense there, Cuckoo, that you would have some kind of complicated tea. Some, you know, there are those bags with fresh herbs and you're like, yeah, making some kind of brew. I'm Cuckoo's tea making process for me would be some kind of kettle, like a steel iron kettle, like stirring slowly, like, and pouring it into some kind of, I don't know, horn-shaped thing. And yeah, that's what's going through my mind at the moment. Yeah. So let's see here. Jacob's here as well. He's doing a double espresso. That's awesome. Alex says, making money while listening to Bo, could get used to this. Well, that's awesome. That's awesome. Technically, I'm making money while listening to myself, I guess, or at least a few cents. Douglas Carmichael says, I was very impressed by the SL MK3, almost like a super circuit with a keyboard. Yeah. I mean, not everybody enjoys that kind of sequencing workflow and enjoys. I even know I talked to some of the guys that were with me in London, and you know, everybody liked the product, but also, of course, we have very different workflows. I think Cuckoo could chime in on this as well in the chat, that the grid-based 16 step workflow per pattern, it's not for everybody. I often talk to Accurate Beats about this, and he has asked me several times, like, yeah, should I get a circuit? You know, it seems very fun. And I'm like, probably not the best groove boxer and sequencer for, say, hip hop or music where you want a lot of groove to it, you know, a lot of swing and rhythmic tensions and stuff like that. I mean, I can't really put it into words. I'm not really good talking about rhythms in a technical sense, but I hope you understand what I mean. Like without the micro steps on that sequencer, it's not for everybody. It's kind of hard to use for some styles, like I said in my video, but I enjoy it. I enjoy it a lot. I've actually shot 2 videos today with it, or where I use it a bit, and I think I have a third on the way as well that I'm working on. I think I should probably know since I'm making the videos. So yeah. Richard says, "Can I get paid for listening to Bo?" We should have like a reverse subscription service where you guys get paid, you know, to entertain me. Hats says, Cuckoo got that tea that comes in pyramids. Oscillator Sync is here as well. That's awesome. So if you guys haven't seen his channel, Oscillator Sync does some really cool tutorials as well. And Oscillator, you had a baby, right? I'm not mixing stuff up now. You had a baby, so congratulations. I don't remember if it was a boy or a girl, doesn't matter much to me, but congratulations. So let's see some, I don't have any emotes, but I get some heart emotes to Oscillator Sync and his little baby. Neil asks, is not having enough time for all your gear a sign you have too much gear or just need more time? Well, it could also be a sign that you run a YouTube channel focused on equipment. So in my case, it's time, but also sort of an inevitable situation, I think. Oh, Cuckoo says regarding the tea, I actually have a great Japanese kettle, but I enjoy the clean teas. Chinese oolong, Japanese greens. Yeah, I knew it. Like, it seems that a lot of people who are into Japanese culture, and I think you are, Cuckoo, at least from seeing your animation work that you've been doing, seems to have a thing for tea as well. Sort of goes with the territory, I suppose. Yeah, Oscillator had a kid. Yeah, that's awesome. That's great. Sub Oscillator. I mean, you Oscillator. You had to have. You had to get a lot of funny jokes about that, like Sub Oscillator. Um, what else could you joke about? You could joke. It's a great. Is it great noise generator? What else am I usually joking about? I think I said earlier on. So that's a fun thing, guys. Coming up, I do the interviews, and I've actually talked to Heinbach about coming on for an interview on the channel. We haven't set a date for it. I'm still a little wary about scheduling too much stuff at the moment because I have a lot of videos in the works and stuff like that. But yeah. So Heinbach should be coming up here on the live stream as well at some point. I can see that I'm dropping a few frames, so if you guys have any problems with the live stream, it's because I'm on the Wi-Fi on my iMac, just testing it out, seeing if it even works on the Wi-Fi. Let's see here. Northern Cat, good seeing you, mate. Good seeing you. Yeah, Ben Mast, he says, looks like a quality product, the SL Mark III, but I don't see why I will upgrade from a SL Mark II. Yeah, I'd suppose it's just if you want the sequencer. Like, it's like I said in my video, if you don't really want a hardware sequencer, there's just so much competition. I mean, we have, over here I have the Keylab Mark II. I mean, there's so much going on in the MIDI controller genre of things. So if you were going to introduce somebody to electronic music, what album would you recommend to them? Oh, that's a really good question. What album to introduce somebody to electronic music? Bass Hunter. I don't know. That's a good question. Maybe you guys can leave some, your suggestions. What would be a very nice way to introduce somebody to electronic music? I'm thinking about it. Like, I guess Moby Play. Moby's first, or not first, sorry. Of course, it's not his first, but his kind of, I guess, biggest commercial success in terms of an album, I suppose. Wasn't it on like the top charts for a long time? I think it was for a very long time in Sweden anyway. Moby Play, I think it was. Not every track is very electronic, but I think that also goes to show like he's still in that genre of artist that I would consider like an electronic artist. So yeah, Moby perhaps. Donovan asks, Bo, did you ever get synth time with SEO2 after surprising myself with the Bearing D purchase? I'm surprised to see how different the character is between the two. Yeah, I've used it quite a bit. I've used it for a couple of different videos, but I haven't done like how do you say, like a patch making video for it or something. And I enjoyed it, and I still enjoy it. I have it up there. It's packed down at the moment because I'm trying to kind of just pull stuff up when I need it for certain jobs and certain ideas, and not have everything rigged at once because it gets too crowded in here. But yeah, I've had a lot of fun with the SEO2, and yeah, the tone of it is I can't compare it to the Behringer stuff since I haven't really tried any of them. I tried them in a store, but I haven't tried them here in the studio, so it's hard for me to compare. But it's a solid synth. Here's some people say red means recording. Yeah, that's a good option for yeah. You're showing your young age, Bo. Yeah, for sure, Richard. Yeah, I don't care. I don't have that long history. Like my electronic music history, well, of course I have like some old school stuff like Jean Michel that I often bring up, and that sort of things. But when it comes to like listening to albums a lot, I think it's kind of Euro dance, Euro trance music, Paul van Dyk. That era of music is kind of where I started out. So I don't have this kind of techno background, like, and I don't have like any real relationship to like FX Twins or Orbital or yeah. So in some rare occasions, I've listened to older music regularly, but yeah, for the most part, it's kind of not on my radar. I guess it's like with all music, you have your and everything, all different cultural outlets and cultural things is very much a generational thing, for sure. Aborts of Canada is a good suggestion as well. Skrillex. That's funny. Andreas Stalin asks, hey Bo, what mid-price standalone sampler sequencer would you recommend apart from Electron stuff? Mid-price standalone sampler sequencer. I haven't used the Electribe 2 a lot, but I've had several people, I think George in the chat, and I know my friend Matt Greer often speaks very highly of the Electribe 2s. So yeah, the Electribe 2 sampler could be an option. The circuit is actually pretty fun using samples on it, even though it's very rudimentary. And I wouldn't say like mid-tier or mid-priced, it's sort of entry-level. I guess the MPCs are also highly regarded, like the MPC 500, the MPC 1000. I'm not too sure. And I guess MPC Live could be an option as well, even though it's a little bit pricier. Yeah, I'm sure somebody else in the chat can give you guys some suggestions as well to kind of mid-price standalone sampler sequencer. I guess mid-price, like most of the ones that I'd recommend are probably not really mid-priced. I'd say like €1,000 at least. Something like MPC Live maybe. Cuckoo says, I'm looking for albums all the time. Energy Dreams by Rejoicer is something I'm listening to nowadays. That's awesome. That's cool. I haven't heard that. Inky says, sitting in the car in college car park. Okay. Well, I guess that's a good place as any to listen into the stream. Yeah, I think the question was a mid-priced sampler that isn't an Electron, because of course the Digitact would be like my go-to mid-priced thingy. Joshua Young says, good morning to you. Matt MC, will you be getting the OPZ? I think so. Teenage Engineering seems to be wanting to send one over, and if they do, I'll be checking it out. It's really it'll be a big time investment getting to learn the device and understanding it, and I'll probably look to Cuckoo's videos as well for that. But yeah, I hope so. I'm actually now it would have been cool to have it here now, but I'm a little thankful that I don't, because I've had so much else to do. Because I think once I get it, it'll become something that sucks me in. Definitely, it's a very deep and interesting product. McEnroe asks, "Hey Bo, sorry if I missed it already. What do you think of the new Moog One?" I think that Moog should send me one. I think I need to scratch some backs. No, but I mean, it looks really cool. Like it's just, I mean, it's something like the Prophet X from Dave Smith, like one of those insane synthesizers that you just it would be so cool to have. But honestly, I'd probably not use it to its full extent anyway. So it feels, of course I've considered, like, could I borrow one and get one here and do some videos, but I feel like it's probably somebody like Mark Doty that will do justice and truly learn it, all the ins and outs of it. And yeah, it's just a massive thing. And I, for one, don't really care much about the price. Like, I get why it's so expensive, and I can respect that. We have the different companies doing stuff at different tiers, and their production is very different. And yeah, it's not the same kind of mass-produced unit like a boutique synth, for example. So I think it's pretty cool. Definitely something I want to check out more when somebody I respect get one and they can do an in-depth tutorial series. I'll definitely be checking it out more. Mm. The interruption says, that's odd. I'm just editing samples for my Korg Electribe sampler. It cost me around 130 quids last week. The Korg Electribe Sampler 1, is that the really old one? Like it's called ES1, or what's it called? Yeah, ES1. I've heard good things about those old Electribes as well. I never tried them, like, except from in a store. But yeah, that was kind of beyond my budget back then when they were all the rage. But I see a lot of people, when it comes to hardware stuff, looking to the old Electribes. Just bask in the warmth of your sub 37 question mark. Yeah, yeah, it's I'm actually looking to do some more work with the sub 37, hoping to do a little sample pack maybe, using sounds from it. So it's something I'm going to explore a little bit the coming weeks. Cuckoo says the Moog one is the first Moog that I really, really would like to play. Yeah, I get you. It's a pretty crazy synth, that's for sure. Like, yeah, it's just very crazy. Richard says, I had the original ER1 and EA1. They were awesome. Yeah, I can imagine. And Oscillator Sync says, all old Electribes are great. Regret selling mine. Yeah, so that's one thing with the old Electribes that I really get. Like, when you listen to music made on them today, or used, maybe not if the song is made entirely on it, because then it will probably sound a little dated. But when you use it as, say, a sound source, or you using it to tweak samples, something that strikes me is that certain synths and groove boxes really don't age well. For example, my old Yamaha RM1X, which I sold a couple of, I guess like 10 years ago. The sound on it just didn't age well. It just didn't sound good after a while. It had this really kind of meh sound. I don't know if it was PCM based, sample based synthesis. I don't remember. But yeah, it was kind of lackluster. And some of the Electribe stuff, I think, has held up a lot better. Their sound engines, and yeah, that's very interesting to me, just how things age and how dated it will sound if you go back to it. I guess that's why certain synths don't really appeal that much to me. For example, if the Yamaha Mod X didn't have the FM engine, it would be so less interesting if it just had the advanced sample-based engine. Because adding the FM engine at least makes it sort of timeless, because FM can, it gets hyped, it dies down, it comes back again. It feels like the synthesis that will, re-emerge over time. Mick Benjamins is here. Good seeing you, Mick. Been having some fun with Complete 12 this week, and got some new music in the making as well. I'm actually working on a new video based on. I'm doing some. I'm using this book here, Making Music, from the Ableton guys. And I'm going to do a little video on how to start making a track and just kind of outline some ideas, because in this book they do write about different solutions they have 3 ways to start, and I've sort of added a 4th way to start making music to their 3. It's nothing revolutionary, but it's just something that I think could be interesting to some of you guys. And we will also be checking out, let's see here. Let's see if I can do this or it breaks the stream. I'm not sure. So if something breaks, just let me know. We'll be, let's see here. Where are we? OBS, where are you? Okay, let's move over here. Yeah, so we will be checking out Loop Cloud as well from Loop Masters. They are sponsoring a video, so I won't do like a dedicated video about Loop Cloud, but I'm using Loop Cloud to kind of explain how to start making music. So of course it'll be sort of sample based. And over here, I actually have, let's see here, library. Am I in my library? Here. You can probably not see it very well, but I actually have a sample pack on the way, Matrix Heat, with some cool sounds, bombastic pad and shimmering. I can't play it because I can't record the audio into OBS at the moment, but yeah. So that's coming as well. Just a fun little video on how to get started with a track. I'm going to show you like using samples in different ways to get started, basically. I think that could be very fun. Mitz says, hello Bo, I love your channel. Well, thank you so much. Glad to have you here. So if anybody is here and you're just wondering kind of what's going on, this is just a live stream. I know some people are unused to the concept. Some live streams I try and make music, some live streams I interview people, some live streams will listen to other people's music, and most live streams we just hang out and talk, because I think that's a really good format. Matthew, good seeing you here as well. As usual, I got the YouTube pop-up way too late. Well, Matthew, my dearest mod, I guess it's kind of my fault as well, considering I don't really schedule stuff properly anyway. Do you have some other books to recommend? I don't really read that much about music, to be honest, because I read so much in my other work at university, so when I get home I don't really like reading too much. Like I'm super swamped with stuff I have to read for the university work. So no, I don't really have any others except the ones I have in my Synth Gifts video. You could just search it. Yeah. Elliot asks, Bo, what is your favorite pocket operator? My favorite pocket operator is probably still the Tonic, the PO32, right? It's the 32, yeah. The Tonic anyway. Robert is here as well. Right, need to get back to work. Procrastination is over. Have a great afternoon, Bo and chat. Thank you, Robert, and thank you so much for the support. Promotion time. shameless self-promotion. Robert is one of the patrons that support the live stream, that support the channel. And if you want to see more content and help me out with a few bucks, you can use the link in the description to patreon.com/bowbeats and treat me to a coffee every month. And the stream flourishes and the channel flourishes. Everything's good. Everything's awesome. More synths, more music. My wife, she's always nagging on me, like, Bo, you streamed for 2 hours and you didn't promote. She doesn't wear many dresses anyway, so. So let's see here. Oh, I'm just gonna keep tabs here on the stream as well. Wayne asks, Novation Circuit Mark II or Pro, what are your thoughts, Bo? I think it would be massive. So when I went to London, I got to sit down with one of the head honchos of Novation, and I told him, he was a really, head honcho, I don't know, he's some kind of boss dude. I'm not sure about the titles. They tried to explain the titles. I didn't really listen too closely, but he had some kind of authority. And I said, you have to do the Circuit Pro. You just have to. We want it. The people demands it. And he just nodded like, okay. Like, there wasn't no talking about anything whatsoever. And I don't want to read too much into it, but I'm of course hoping, and I haven't heard anything from anybody suggesting that there will be a Pro or a 2, so don't get your hopes up too much. But I really hope, I really want a Circuit Pro. And what I would like on a Circuit Pro is a better synth engine. I would like something closer to the peak. I would like a screen. I know some people say it's against the philosophy of this unit, but the thing is, if you want to go, if we're going Pro, and the new SL Mark III shows this, and the Peak shows it. If we get a screen, we can edit the patches much easier on the unit itself. It doesn't have to be a big one, but we need a screen. We also need it, and I would like to be able to sample into it. So I'm talking like a €1,000 product. Like a Circuit Pro for me would have to be around €1,000. Like it had to be, or between 700 and 1,000 at least. It had to be something more. So say 8 sample channels, the ability to sample into it, preferably in stereo, and you could have 2. You could have it. You don't really have to have more than 2 synth channels. Really, it works with 2 synth channels, but ideally, or at least like 4 synth channels and 4 sample channels maybe, or something like that. So it would be closer to, say, a Digitact in terms of voices. But yeah, screen, a bit bigger, I suppose. Something like that. I haven't really fleshed out the ideas yet, but yeah, something like that. Benage, I just talked about the Moog one, and my thoughts are, give me one. I want one. I need one. My precious. Elliot, what do you prefer to Loop Cloud? Like, I haven't tested that many services like it. I think Loop Cloud is okay. Like, it does what it's supposed to do. The only reason I would get behind Loop Cloud is simply because I kind of like Loopmasters. I've used Loopmaster stuff a lot, and I use their service a lot for, yes, I guess since I started, or since they started, I don't know which occurred first. So I've just kind of like Loopmasters. But I don't really have tried that many other services that are similar. So maybe you have an idea what I should check out. Philip asks, Bo, could you recommend a handheld digital recorder for sound recording? Yep, I can. I have it right here. This one is really good. Zoom H6. I think it works really nicely. And I actually saw a really good comparison because I've been thinking about getting the SM7B mic instead of this one. And I actually saw a really good comparison of the preamps in this one compared to the 4 So the H4 or H4N or whatever it's called. And this one was so much better when at least paired with the SM7B. So I really like it. It's not that huge a difference in price, I think. Local Technique asks, Bo, do you have any interviews coming up? Yeah, I talked about it earlier. So I want to get Jacob Hack on. I've said this for ages, but I just slacked on that. So Jacob Hack, Heinbach, I've been talking to, and he wants to come on. I asked him if he wanted to, and he said yes. So that would be really cool as well. We're still talking to Tim Exile about having him on. I'd like to have Tim on when there's more to say about Endless that he's working on. Now, I've seen Endless. It's good. It's really good. It's something it's very novel. It's very new. It's exciting. Like I'm quite hyped about it. But I really have to be careful because I signed an NDA and I promise not to speak too much about it. But it's exciting, definitely. So I want to have Tim on when there's more to say about Endless, because otherwise it'll be just us like, oh, Endless, yeah, nice, very cool. Can't say anything about it. So yeah, so that's sort of the interviews. I'd love to have some women on as well. I have been thinking about maybe inviting Rachel, because we had a good time in London. She was really pleasant to talk to, super nice, very chill. Or chill might be the wrong word. She's kind of ecstatic, kind of woo, kind of crazy in a fun way and a happy way. Cuckoo, if you're still in the chat, Cuckoo, I've asked you like a year ago, but we haven't made it happen. We should make it happen. That'd be fun as well. But probably 2 interviews maybe this autumn, if possible. Something. I try and because they take a little time preparing as well. So, yeah. Sly Cooper asks, "What do you do at university?" I teach. I talk a lot. I teach educational science. So I teach. How do you say? I teach leadership, group processes, communication. I also do supervision, I coach students who do their thesis, and I also coach bosses, principals, and teachers in kind of leadership-like things. Actually working on a little research project as well at the moment, but it's very I try to focus on YouTube more these days. Hey Mark, what's up? Elliot says, please make BoBeats merch. Make coffee cups with BoBeats logo and artwork. Yeah, okay, so talking about merch, to be serious, I am in the works of making some kind of possibly limited edition t-shirt or something, just because it's fun. It won't make me a lot of money or anything, but I think it could be a fun thing. And it's also something I could wear in a video, because to make it a little bit more fun and memey. So yeah, for sure. John, good seeing you. Sorry if I missed you leaving, but yeah. Hope you have a great day, John. Let's see here. Unquiet says, hey, long-time viewer. I want to get into synths. I've been making music for a long time in Cubase. I'm on a budget. I'm wondering where I should start with. I have been looking at the circuit. Yeah, everybody's here has heard my recommendations before. If you are looking for something totally standalone that you don't need a computer to use, Circuit or an Electribe 2, if you find them used, you can find them at a great price. Volcas could be an option as well. Pocket operators are fun, but perhaps not the place to start, I'd say. They are a little hard to sync up and make work with other things. If you want to spend a bit more, a Digitact could be fun. It's not a synth, but it's a hardware sampler. Yeah, and if you're looking to something to hook up to a computer, I would go like a Monologue, Minilogue, Base Station 2, one of those 3 maybe. Something I don't own and haven't tried much is the Blofeld as well. The Blofeld from Waldorf has good recommendations as a hardware unit, I think. Let's see here. Did I miss some kind of fight in the chat? I don't know. Boom Bap Art, good seeing you, mate. Family life, I know. Elliot says, I do like Loop Cloud, but I'm a long-term Loop Masters user. I just prefer sample packs like cymatics and stuff. Oh, okay. You prefer like, yeah, okay. Yeah, I haven't bought much or gotten much from cymatics. Okay, Cuckoo says he actually likes the current synth engine. So the problem I have with the synth engine, I guess, is that it's to me it sounds dated. Like you can almost always hear that it's the circuit, and I would love it if they would just like the peak. If you go with the waveform, wave shapes, yeah, or the standard oscillators, that you can do some very wide range of sounds and they sound quite different. And yeah, but maybe you could use the synth engine on the circuit and just add maybe the overdrive from the base station, or the distortion unit or something. That could work for a Circuit Pro. Douglas says, I see you're using a standard SM58 for your studio vocal streaming mic. Are you using a mic arm on your desk? Yes. This is I think it's a König und Meyer, yeah. König und Meyer. Let's see here. Richard says, Rachel is like a human version of Tigger from Winnie the Pooh, yeah? It's sort of, yeah, I can see the resemblance. We had a lot of fun. Favorite module right now. So for the URAC, it's the Erica Synths Black Hole DSP2, because there's just some really cool effects on it. And the sample pack I'm making with the Matrix Boot is actually based off a lot of the sounds are processed through the Erica Synths Black Hole, and it's really cool. Mark says, I think I'm out of sync with the video and chat, about 15 minutes. Weird. That is odd. I'm a little behind on the chat, Mark. So yeah. G, what's up? It's the G. There's two different G's in the chat sometimes. Can be a little confusing. Tom is here as well. Good seeing you, Tom. 424 recording. He says, gonna grab that French press. Morning, Bo. Yeah. Good morning. Good morning to everybody in the States, I suppose, in Canada. Good night, maybe, to people in Australia. I'm not too sure. And good afternoon to the Europeans. Ian Murdoch says, sorry, Bo, but tea is much better than coffee. I beg to disagree. I beg to differ. Is that how you say it? I beg to differ. Let's see here. William Sound says, 75% convinced to purchase a mini brute today to go with my Digitact. Any thoughts? Really dig the live stream. Well, thank you. So the mini brute, one thing to consider is that you can't sequence. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong here, but I'm almost 100% certain that you can't sequence CC messages from the Digitact to the mini brute. So you can't fully take advantage of the sequencer of the Digitact with something like a mini brute. Now, that being said, do you need to be able to sequence and send CC messages to the mini brute or whatever synth you're connecting to Digitact? Of course not. Of course not. But this is why I'd prefer something like a monologue, because the monologue has CC digital controls, so you can do stuff on the monologue itself using the sequencer on it, but you could also send CC messages from the circuit to the synth. So that would be something to consider. But otherwise, I think that the mini brute is really cool. Tom asks, Bo, do you still have the use of a matrix boot and a mini boot plus URAC case? No. Like in practice, no. In theory, yes, but in practice, I don't have the space to have everything hooked up. So the mini boot 2 is actually shelved at the moment. It's over there. And I'm running the big URAC and the matrix boot at the moment. Oh, G has a sound pack that is coming for the Electron. I think it's for the Digitact now, or maybe the Digitact analog rhythm. Yeah, send me a copy at least, and I can see if I can use it for something. That'd be cool. I mean, it's probably not something I'll make like a dedicated video of, but it could be something, if I have it, that I'll use in a video and just mention it. That could be very cool. Wait, didn't you send it already? Don't I have, like, maybe it's a different one or you've changed it, but I do remember you sending me some sounds that I thought were very cool, for sure. Tim Richmond is here as well. Hello there, Tim. Hello from Sweden to UK. Coffee time for Donovan. That's awesome. Bo, have you seen the final version of the Midify Sec 4? Talk about some kind of collaboration, interview, something sometime soon. And stay off Instagram. It's just a time sink. Much love. Let's see here. Yeah, exactly, G. It's for the Digitact, but will work with the rhythm, of course. Yeah. Favorite soft synth? I always say absinthe because I think it's so cool. Like there's some cool stuff with it. Just the way you can create sounds on it is it's very cool. But it's getting a bit old, I guess. I don't really have that much installed at the moment. Like I think if I had Omnisphere, I'd say Omnisphere because I loved Atmosphere, but I don't have either at the moment. Yeah, like Richard says, Omnisphere and Serum. Yeah, they just seem so really, really, really nice. I use Massive a lot as well, but I usually just use presets with Massive. I'm not really good at programming Massive. Okay, let's check out MIDI Pi. MIDI Pi. Was it midi.com? Let's see here. Okay, let me just get over to Midify. MIDI Pi. Let's see here. Okay, got it. Okay. Midify, dream it yourself. Okay, the new MIDI box Sec V4. Ah, okay. This is interesting. I think I've seen it on social media, but I haven't looked into what it is. Interesting. Can I click here? Maybe I should go. Let's go there. Okay, this is interesting. Damn, that's a lot of MIDI outputs. And is that an old printer port or whatever they're called? I don't remember the name of them. That's pretty crazy. Okay, so it's DIY, but I guess you could probably buy it assembled as well. Okay, interesting. Yeah, I have to check this out. Read up on it. Oh, Elliot. Yeah, I know about John Sign. I know about him. I've checked out some of his vlogs. It's not really my cup of tea, but he seems like a really cool guy and doing something good with his community. That's for sure. That's for sure. Uh, okay, yeah, printer port, yeah. What are those ports called? I don't remember. Oh yeah, Falcon. Falcon is an interesting software as well. Beats and Things asks, "Hi Bo, have you ever considered demoing any of the MFB Tanspare drum machines?" Yes, I talked to them a couple of maybe 2 years ago, but we didn't really get anywhere. So yeah, maybe they seem very cool. If they come up with something new, it would be very fun to showcase it. Definitely. Okay, DB25 connector or parallel. Yeah, parallel port. Yeah, parallel port. That's what up. So yeah, just kind of mentioning content that is coming up. I recorded 2 videos with SL Mark III today. Might release at least one of them soon. I did a little, I don't know, kind of what do you guys want to see most? I did how do you say, a rig rundown where I showed you how everything's connected and why I use the pieces I use. So that's one, the rig rundown, and I also did like a against the clock. I sort of joking in the intro like, hello, hello there, hello, this is Bo on Bo Beats TV, and I'm going against the clock, like making it a little bit of a joke, kind of making a little, a little, how do you say, a pass to them. But yeah, so that's 10-minute beat or 10-minute music thing. It kind of sucks for the first 7 minutes. It's very funny, but it shapes up. It shapes up in the end. It kind of sounds cool in the end. I get somewhere, but I really just wanted to do it kind of on the fly and then see what happened. It's kind of fun to pressure yourself. So that's 2 videos. So let me know which one sounds most fun, like a 10-minute beat thing, music thing, against the clock, or a rig rundown, kind of talking you through my rig. And I also have a Matrix Brute video coming up. I've started editing it a bit. It's about making pad sounds on it, because that's not really what you think that you can use a Matrix Brute for. So I'm trying to make some pad sounds on it, of course, with a lot of external processing, because it doesn't sound all that super without some added effects, but with added effects it sounds really cool. I'm also doing some sampling work, so I'm trying to make a sample pack with just the Matrix Brute processed through the Analog Heat Mark II. I have it over here, and the Eurorack. So that's something that I'm working on as well. I'll do a Minilog as well, Minilog review, like a 2-year review. Is it still worth it? I'm going to do some kind of video on that. It'll probably not be like super long, not like the release day reviews that I usually do, like not 20 minutes or 30 minutes, but maybe a 15 minutes kind of quicker review, looking at some of the stuff, like some of the pros and some of the cons with it. So that's something that is coming up as well. Let's see here. More Eurorack content. Yeah. I need to do something more. Bo, do you have a cat? No, Giddy. I don't have a cat. I don't have any animals. What am I using to stream? I'm using OBS. Yeah. Today I'm using the OBS on my iMac. Audio Fuse interface. Just the internal webcam of the iMac is kind of meh, but it works. Yeah. Oh yeah, so that's kind of the upcoming content here on the channel, and I definitely want to do a bit more live streams and stuff like that, just going forward, trying to schedule it a little bit more, but I'm not sure exactly how much I will be able to do it, because I have a pretty tight schedule. But yeah, so we're going to end the live stream pretty soon. I've been streaming for about an hour soon, but before we go, I do have a little bit of a sneak announcement, guys. Cuckoo music is back, of course. You know, you tried to go, but I sucked you back into the stream. I do have a bit of an announcement to make. A bit of an announcement. I'll probably do a clickbaity video about it, but yeah, next year for 2019, I will actually only do bow beats. That's my aim. I will not work with anything else. Now, it's when I say like that, it sounds like, I have full-time bow beats. That's not the case. I am on parental leave from the university, and I will do bow beats, and I will try and avoid any other type of work, and focus on the channel, focus on the videos, focus on music and sample packs and patches for synths and stuff like that. Everything that ties into the channels, the interviews, the live streams, everything like that. So that's something that I'm aiming to do next year. Now, even though I'm on parental leave part-time, it still doesn't really change that much, because now I'm home a lot working on videos, so I'm taking care of the kids a lot as well. So it's sort of, I don't think that aspect will change a lot. But not being at the university next year, not having to deal with that stress, not having to deal with planning courses, doing presentations, doing lectures, doing seminars, all of that for next year will be very interesting to see what happens with my energy, with my focus. Yeah. Tom asks, are you not afraid to get stuck in your house with the Bobby's channel? Yeah, that's a concern, being home a lot. But to be honest, it hasn't been that much of a problem for me personally. I fare pretty well, but I've always said that I probably won't do it full time only in the house. Mark, thank you, Mark. Mark did a little super chat and says, buy yourself a coffee. Thank you, Mark, and good seeing you. Mark was actually one of the guys who met us in London and had a beer and some hamburgers at the Strong Room Bar. So I guess what I'm just saying is that next year I'll have even more mental energy to focus on what I'm doing here online. Don't get stuck in the houseboat, trust me. Yeah, exactly, Jacob. Yeah, it's something I'm definitely considering avoiding. And I think like a good mix would be to work about 40% with university and 60% with bow beats. Nice, you'll have time to finally drop that hip hop album. Northern Cat, I have some beats on Spotify. I have that beat album, but I need to drop some hot rap. That's something I'm considering, or it's pretty much set in stone. I've already filed with the university to go on parental leave, and I'll be taking care of the kids a couple days in the week, and it'll look like I'm still at home a lot now with the kids. So the reason why I'm not very concerned about being at home is because I'm in this period of life, and you who have kids, you probably know about this, where there's just so much going on at home anyway. So there's this big tie to your home life. And I feel that it works pretty nicely for me. And it'll be interesting to see. Now, will this be something that I'll stick with forever? Probably not. It'll probably just be something I'm doing for the next year, 2019. And then I'll go back to university and work there part-time, just as I do now. But I think it'll be an interesting year exploring kind of how far I can push the bow beats concept, whatever that is. So, thank you, Philip. Thank you. Keep the stream alive. Thank you, Philip. Thank you for the super chat. Super chat. That sounds so funny, especially when I said it wrong before. Chat. Super chat. Super chat. Thank you so much for the two British pesos. Mm, you need to open a synth and coffee place so people can meet. Yeah, something like that. Something like that. Um, oh, and Jacob. Sorry, I didn't say Jacob Hack is here as well. If you guys aren't following him, you should definitely do that. Jacob is kind of one of my friends, and I would say even consider him a mentor in certain regards. He was kind of, he was deep into the YouTube thing when I started, and somebody I always can call and talk to and stuff like that. But having less focus on university work will also mean that I will go to Super Booth next year. I will be able to. I want to meet up with Accurate Beats, do something. He lives not very far away. Do more stuff in person. Have time for that, and have the energy and focus for it as well. So yeah. Sonic Neutronic says, 1 year doing something different like this full time, and things will be so different. You won't be able to go back, only forward. Yeah, so what I'm thinking, one possibility is that I will do Bow Beats. I will do my company basically. Bow Beats is a company. I have a company licensed, registered for it. But I also do consulting, psychology consulting, and lecturing and stuff like that privately. So one idea would be to phase out university work and focus more on the private enterprise in total, because it gives me a lot more freedom to manage my time and energy and focus on projects that I believe in. And I do have a very fortunate situation to be able to consider it. Um, so yeah, and if I would do Bow Beats, say more full time, even 2020, I would probably try and do. Oh, I mean, because this ties into my idea, like staying, getting, only doing things for yourself can be hard sometimes. But I also get a lot of something you guys might not know is I get a lot of questions about doing stuff for other companies on their social media, like doing smaller tutorial things for their products. So I have some stuff in the works that I might do. So basically, I get paid to do a tutorial series, but it's released on their social media. This is not something I'm prioritizing at the moment because I simply don't have the time. So what will happen next year is that I'll have like this time slot opening it up for myself to be able to do this kind of work as well, and I have some interesting options there that has been coming in and landing in the mailbox. Yeah, Bose, Bose Psycho Emporium. John Hayes, good seeing you, mate, and thank you as always, John, for the support. CL Project says, "Hi Bo, first time here." Well, if is anybody else first timer in the chat, in the live stream, welcome here. I try and do regular live stream. I know I've been slacking over the summer months, but this autumn I really want to do regular live streams again. Elliot, you can search Spotify Boner Me, and you'll find some of my older tracks. Some of the stuff is from when from 2000 or something. Chris Bell, probably OP said review and tutorial stuff. Yeah. Yeah, Cuckoo. Yeah. So the thing is, some of the things I've been approached to do is for their channels, because it's not content that I would put out on my channel. Like doing some of the companies that has approached me want me to do, say they have this hardware thing without mentioning what, and they want me to do just a short tutorial, maybe 5 short tutorials on different things. And that's maybe not something I would put out on my channel in that kind of very simple cut down, say 4-minute format or something. And I could probably do something with these products for my channel, but in my style. So it could be an interesting option for sure. Yes, I have Finnish roots. Yeah, my grandmother was Finnish. So far, no regular times or days for streams for recording. I just haven't figured it out yet. Thank you, Jacob. Mark, thank you for being here. And yeah, I understand. You got to go and do something. Do something. I understand the feeling. So talk to you later. Philip says, I have Viking roots. No joke. Okay, Adrian needs to go and do lunch. Well, I think this is a good time to wrap it up. So just let's summarize. Still no live stream scheduled, but I'll try and do more live streams this autumn, at least the Q&A streams, because I think it's very fun to kind of just answer questions and hang out. More videos, of course, is coming. I have a couple of ones with the hardware setup. I have some ones with the Matrix Brute. What else? Yeah, we're going to do a video on how to start making a song, because it's easier to start than finish. Obviously, I gotta start somewhere. Oh, before I go, we're doing a remix contest as well. That's for sure. That's happening. So Hosa Technology that makes the cables, and Isotope, they are sponsoring a remix contest that I will be doing later this year. It's on a track that I've made. You guys have heard it. A lot of people liked it. It's not finished yet, but it's soon finished. And when it's finished, I'm going to do a video about it. And in the video, I'll announce the remix competition. And I hope a lot of you guys will join in. It's probably just fun experience. Could be fun. You'll get the stems and do whatever you want. You'll probably do a better job than I do. But anyway, remix competition, and 3 winners will get a box of cables and utility stuff, as well as licenses for either Ozone 8 or Neutron 2, Neutron 3, Neutron. Yeah, and Neutron. Anyway, so Isotope will sort that out. So that's super. Very happy to have both Hosa and Isotope on as sponsors. So they're not paying anything. They're just giving the winners something, which I thought would be fun, kind of to incentivize. But also, it's good fun when you declare a winner. And I've also actually asked around, and I think Jacob. I'm not gonna put you on the spot. But I think Jacob Hack said he'd be a judge in the competition. I think Accurate Beats has said yes. I asked Jeremy, Red Means Recording. I think he said yes to to joining, and I asked some other people too. I think Ben said yes, DivKid, to judge as well. So that's going to be fun as well. Donovan, thank you so much for the super chat, and time to go and buy some more coffee. That specialty coffee. It's super expensive. It's much more expensive than Synths. So that's awesome. Yeah, Elliot, my Spotify account is the one that says The Last Crusade. The Last Crusade is my first solid release that I did. So yeah. Luke Cage, my man, good seeing you. We're just ending off, kind of wrapping things up. So yeah, remix competition coming up, more videos as always. And yeah, don't be afraid to share my content, hit the like button, subscribe. And if you really like what I'm doing, become a patron over at patreon.com/bowbeats, because that helps out. Even if it's just $1 every month, that does add up. So here's the link, and thank you all for being here and hanging out with me and indulging me and letting me talk to you guys. And yeah, seems the stream held up pretty nicely. We had 0.8% dropped frames using Wi-Fi and my iMac. So guys, thank you so much. Have a great day. Go make some music. Go be creative. Talk to you later.